So Texas takes down Rice 37-10, meaning the Longhorns will travel to Tuscaloosa next Saturday with a 1-0 record. For more on today's win over the Owls, here's KVUE Sports Director Jeff Jones and Cory Mose.
Welcome back to DKR Texas Memorial Stadium. He's Cory Mose, I'm Jeff Jones, and Cory, we saw Texas beat Rice 37-10 to open the season. It's a 27-point win, but maybe not as lopsided as some fans expected. And players after the game tell us that there is one word, a J word, that can describe many of their feelings in this season opener.
Yeah, the center Jake Majors mentioned how they had a lot of jitters coming out into that first half, which is expected. You know, first game of the season opener, a lot of expectations for this squad, so you kind of saw that slow start for the offense. But in the second half, they got the ball rolling and got the dub.
The tale of two halves and also the tale of two UT fronts. The defensive front, the D-line, was outstanding, but that offensive line, oh, they struggled a lot, especially for an O-line that returned all 5 starters from last season. But the guys who they were blocking for, well, they turned some heads.
Yeah, Jeff, the running backs, of course. C.J. Baxter got the start, which was a surprise to a lot of people. The true freshman was able to get the start. Of course, Jonathan Brooks, the people that did expect to get the start, he still scored a touchdown today. And Sark kind of talked about them after the game, about that whole entire running back room, about how different and versatile these guys are and what each one of them can bring to the table.
All those guys did well. All 4 guys that went in there. I mean, Jonathan, nice play on the screen for the touchdown on the reception. Ran the ball really effectively.
What you see from your running backs? Who stood out to you?
All of them. I'm not. Who stood out to you? All of them, right?
It was cool seeing Cedric out there, the true freshman. But yeah, just we could always be better. A lot of miscues up front, but it was just cool to see the run game get going and then open up the pass game.
Yeah, even Jake Majors was shocked and happy about the way the true freshman performed today. But some semi-good news, optimistic news. C.J. Baxter did get hurt in the second quarter of this game. He didn't return, but Coach Sark did tell us that it was just a rib injury. He landed on the ball, and he's optimistic that he will be able to come back against Alabama next week.
Yeah, I've had that happen to me before. You land on the ball, it knocks the breath out of you, maybe slightly bruises a rib. In the big games, sometimes you tough that out, and next week is definitely a big game. Alabama is on the schedule. It feels like for months, Alabama's kind of been like a cuss word for this team. Like you can't say it because you don't want to look past Rice. Where there's no looking past anyone, there is just looking ahead to Alabama, and the players already say right now they can feel the excitement surrounding that game.
Definitely fired up for the opportunity that we all have, and I know I can feel the energy. After this game, we were all pretty fired up to kind of move past this and enter into this new game week with Alabama.
It's always a great opportunity to play a big name team in a big game. Of course, Alabama, they're known.
Awesome stage for us, but we're going to have to play better than we did today, and I think we can.
So all eyes will be on Tuscaloosa for that huge UT-Alabama showdown next Saturday. Cory, what needs to change between now and then for Texas to have a chance to beat Alabama?
I think the biggest thing, Jeff, is that offensive line. Jake Majors talked about it after the game. Had a lot of communication errors for a group that, like you mentioned earlier, all 5 returners are coming back this year. And so hopefully with them having all 5 returners coming back, they can make those adjustments fast to get ready for a tough Alabama defense.
If that's what needs to change, I'll give you one thing that needs to stay the same: the opportunistic defense. This defense forced 3 turnovers in its game against Rice. First time they forced that many turnovers in a game since 2021.